The Conjuring, The Last Rites. Is it the last one? Not if the money is in it. And I'm going to guess this film will do pretty well in the box offices this weekend. We'll see. As for what I thought of it, it was pretty mediocre. It's fun, it's enjoyable, but it's nothing that's really noteworthy. I've only seen the first film, and I kind of had the same thoughts with it. And with this film, it was like the same thing. It almost feels episodic. Like you have the Warren family, you have Ed, played by Patrick Wilson, and then you have Lorraine, played by Vera Farmiga. And they find another house where there's spooky ghosts who's terrorizing a family, and they have to stop them. And of course, the family in this film, the stuff they're going through is what everyone goes through in like every exorcism movie. You know, people vomiting blood, levitating, got a whole bunch of other stuff. But anyways, but the movie just kind of felt like more of the same thing. I kind of wish it just focused on the Warren family and we didn't go to the Smurl family. Now I get it. The Smurl family was a real family who had these paranormal encounters. Although the older I get, the more I question things. And the funny thing is, I kind of had a paranormal encounter when I was a kid, and I thought it was just my imagination. But then my sister saw the same thing, either days or a month later. But now that I'm getting older, I just think, yeah, it's probably in our imagination. And the whole funny thing about this movie is that these guys aren't taken seriously, despite the exorcisms that they've done. Early on in the film, Ed is giving a lecture, and the kids mock him and basically call them Ghostbusters. Once you get into the final act of the movie, there's a lot of setup, a long middle act where I'm kind of getting bored cutting to the Smurl family, but then I'm getting bored cutting to the Warren family, and once we get to the whole predictable climax, it wasn't there much for me. But I did have fun. I thought the jump scares were well timed. It wasn't like your typical bullshit where there's like a loud noise, like, oh, what's that? And then it's just like the cat, but then, boo, the ghost comes out. There was nothing boring like that in the film, or cliche, or I don't like to use the word cliche, but, overdone. So those worked, and then the pacing did work well to a certain point. The movie's a little too long. It could have ended 8 to 10 minutes in, but it's mostly entertaining. There's plenty of scares, and yeah, there is a downtime that's boring, but there's not too much of it. So, for a regular fun time, I'd recommend the film, but, ticket prices are expensive, plus parking, plus concessions, so that's up to you to decide if you want to head to the theater to see The Conjuring, The Last Rites. Okay.